Yes, during World War II, an estimated 6 million Jews died during the Holocaust. And when you break it down, only a handful of people escaped Nazi soldiers and concentration camps. One of those couples is Felix and Bluma Goldberg, and their story has been compiled and put together into a graphic novel, We Survived the Holocaust, written by author Frank Baker. And he's in with us this morning to tell us all about it. Thank you so much, Mr. Baker, for coming in.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share
Absolutely.
our book. And I say our book because this was truly a collaboration with the family and the publisher.
So take us back. How did the idea to formulate and create this book come about?
Well, the late Mr. Goldberg spoke at our synagogue in Columbia before he passed away during the Day of Remembrance ceremony. And as he stepped off the stage, he hands me his speech and in this beautiful Polish accent says, "Frankie, do something with this." He knew I was an educator.
Right.
And I went to the family members and said, I'd like to create a website that tells your mother and your father's story. And so we created storiesofsurvival.org. And I've been promoting that for about 2 years, but then I woke up one day and I said, well, what have I done for young people, many of whom today really don't understand or comprehend the scope of the Holocaust? And so the graphic novel was born, again, with a collaboration with the family and the publisher. And we're very pleased to take this book as far and as wide as we can.
Obviously, besides to never forget, one of your goals with this is to teach future generations things, obviously not to repeat. What is your hope for this project down the road?
Well, the book begins with a history of anti-Semitism. And perhaps your audience knows that anti-Semitism has raised its ugly face recently in the United States. And Bluma, Tischgarten, and Felix Goldberg were not born into a world where anti-Semitism started. It was already simmering there. And it simmers in the United States. And so we want young people to be aware of not only the anti-Semitism that exists today, but also what the Holocaust was all about. Last April, a Virginia high school student wrote in a widely distributed commentary that her Holocaust education consisted of one slide of concentration camps and one handout. And she concluded, no wonder my generation is so lacking of knowledge. So by creating a graphic novel and promoting it the way we are here today, and thank you for that opportunity, we're really hoping to reach more young people with a medium that is very popular in schools today. The graphic novel continues to be highly read, and we feel like this is a great way to reach them through the images like you see here and the words, because today's textbooks don't adequately cover the Holocaust.
And on a more personal note, while creating this book, did it change you in any way?
Well, absolutely. I have to say the entire research process, where I'm peeling back the, if you will, the layers of an onion to reveal things that I didn't know and the family members didn't know. The Goldberg family, for example, gave me a box of things that had survived the war. And in that box was Mr. Goldberg's Buchenwald ID card. In that box was a manifest listing their names on a ship that brought them to the United States and eventually to Columbia, South Carolina. So a very personal story, but after Mr. Goldberg said, do something with this, I felt compelled as an educator to do something with it.
Dr. Baker, we're running out of time here real quick, but we do want to mention very quickly the event that's going to be coming up at the end of this month. Can you tell us briefly about the event at the synagogue on January 29th? Absolutely.
We've organized a program where the Goldberg family is going to join me to speak about their parents' harrowing experience of surviving the Holocaust. And we've also got a university professor who gives the historical context of the Holocaust from comic books of the 1940s all the way to graphic novels of today. And so we hope the public will come out on a Sunday afternoon and hear our story.
Great. All right. Augusta Jewish Museum, that's where it's, the synagogue is where it's going to be. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Baker.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it.